my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, on, on. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, 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 on. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, 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 on. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, 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 on. Foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Hey there, everyone. Good evening. Sorry for the delay, even though technically I'm still on time. But just as I was about to click on and go live, I had a little visitor. Right behind me. I know that can't not a great angle right there, but the freaking technically it's a palmetto bug. They're called roaches here. It's a part of a kind of a roach. It's about that big. And I got him, but the paranoia, I just want to make sure he ain't moving, right? So I know they come from the outside. They get in through the roof, the air ducts, doors, underneath doors and stuff. Yeah. Good evening or good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? I think it's time to change that tune. I rather enjoy it, but have you guys been keeping up with I know somebody was asking about the submarine with the people that are missing on there. Yeah, I was listening to that all night, all night. Excuse me. And there are a bunch of ships and boats that are on their way to the area. They have not found it yet. I think what they calculated, if what they're saying is true about how much air is left, they're saying that by 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Eastern time, so 6 a.m. Central time, is when they would really run out of oxygen. According to reports the last few days, they had enough oxygen to last 96 hours. So we're coming towards the end of that. Don't got a good feeling about it. Don't know that I would have. I don't know. You have the money to go, and people do it because they have money and they don't know what to do. What else? They don't know. They don't know what else to do with their money. So, say I want to drop $250,000 per person and go down and see the Titanic in person. And I'm like, Titanic is old news already, and they did the movie, okay, the documentary with what's his name, the guy who made the movie, the Titanic movie. Can't think of his name right now. Did a big, huge documentary on that. And you know what? Thank you, James Cameron. That's right, James Cameron. And the way I feel about it, a lot of people died there, and those people are there for eternity, resting. Their bodies are there. They're dead. As far as I'm concerned, that's a huge grave site. So it's like, leave it alone. Pastor, yes, exactly. It's like, if you're going to the Statue of Liberty, it's one thing. If you're going to the Grand Canyon, that's one thing. But talking about going on an excursion, you had to go in a little tiny vehicle the size of a yellow bus, a short yellow bus. Besides running out of oxygen, which is horrible, I'm thinking, it's like, what if somebody got to use a bathroom? And you're going to have to use a bathroom. Perhaps for 12 hours, you can maybe get by and hold it or whatever. And you got all these people and everybody got to use the bathroom. I don't think there's a toilet on board. I'm pretty sure he's like, hey, you better go before you go. Get it? Go before you go. It does have a toilet. Yeah, but they got to dump that stuff somewhere, right? I'm being corrected. It does have a toilet. But see, I don't even know. It's like, what do you do? I'm sure it's got to get emptied out. It can overflow. And then we're talking, all right, a few days now. So that's just, I know that's in the scheme of things. Somebody got to take a leak or people got to poop or whatever. It's more important trying to recover them and get them some oxygen. And a lot of stories have been coming out about that. There's some people that paid money for a down payment, and they started making payments, and they decided to get a refund because they kept canceling. The tour company kept canceling. So these people were like, all right, forget this. I want my money back. And they paid, right, I think close to $200,000. And they wanted their money back. They had to sue. And they were working out a deal for a refund payment plan or something like that. And it's just bad vibes from the beginning. And then there was another guy who worked with that submarine company, right? $250 per person. And he got fired because he raised flags saying this thing ain't safe yet. We got to test it. This is not meant to go that deep, right the way it is right now. So instead of fixing it, they fired the guy. Yeah. Yeah. And look at the mess that they're in right now. Because this is going to cost a lot of money. And besides costing lives, it's going to, because of that, it's going to cost them. I mean, this is not a good situation. So I'm watching this guy on YouTube, and he's talking about where the ships are at that are going to rescue. And 2 or 3 ships were meeting up, and they were kind of close to each other. And then he says that the site where the sub went down, diving down to the site, to the Titanic site, it's like 40 miles south of where they were. And it's like, holy crap, more time. I don't know. Apparently they've got another, I think France is sending another submarine deal to send it down there, and that's got a long, that vessel, the ship has got a long cable that if they do find it, they can tie it up and pull it out. Feel bad. I mean, I can't even think about not being able to breathe and trying to catch your breath. And I don't know. I wonder if there's a gauge or like a valve where you can control how much air comes out for everybody. Like if you don't need to use 100%, let's go down to 50%. Make it last longer in case we have to be down here more days. And I wonder if that's how that. I wonder if it's. I don't know. Who knows, right? Who knows? It's just bad situation. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for stopping by here for a little bit. Yep, so late, because I just got out of work. And tomorrow, over the weekend, we'll go on earlier. It's a bit of a different schedule. But yes, I have a day job, and no need to beg for money here because I have work. I'll talk about that too a little bit. So, you know that when we're tracking airplanes, there's a software called Flight Radar 24, and there's another one called Flight Aware, where you can see all the airplanes in the sky at the time, like right now in real time. Well, they have one like that for ships, for the boats, and the nautical life. And I discovered that today, and it's pretty slick. It tells you all the names of the ships and what they're doing out there, whether it's a fishing vessel, and I might pull that up. I think it'd be interesting. We're not going to stay on there and watch it. It's called Marine Traffic. And this is really freaking interesting. And it shows you, just like the other app shows you how many aircraft are in the sky at the time, at any given point. This thing does the same thing, but with boats and ships, and it's pretty fascinating. So I'm following with this guy, and I'm trying to find out where this thing is, and it's not that far off the east coast of it's almost exactly due east off of Massachusetts, and sad, very sad. I hope they can recover it in time. It sounds like it's going to be a few hours before they even get there. Yeah, so crappy situation for a few people. Hope that they can get them out. The sub is the size of a minivan. Oh, it's smaller than a yellow bug. Holy crap! I thought it was bigger than that. Yes. Amorcito. Yes. I think maybe that's what's happening because I keep thinking about these people not having air. And I've had this, well, this is a horrible feeling, not being able to breathe. So I'm hoping, I don't know. I'll keep YouTube open on the side here just to keep an eye on what's going on with this thing. The U.S. Coast Guard has estimated the oxygen could run out for those on board at about 7:18 a.m. Eastern Time. So yeah, and they're supposed to be at around 12,000, 10,000 feet, 12,000 feet below sea level. Whew. Yeah, it's Anyway, I want to keep talking about that stuff. How's everybody's week been? It's been going 12,005. Yeah, it is, and I think all that anxiety, Dina, it's related to the thought of not having air, the thought of not being able to breathe, right? Yeah, it is tough. The flight plan of the man who stole the plane was in this year crazy. I remember there were a couple of them. He stole the plane this year. Yeah, I do remember that. I know there was one a couple years ago also. He was an airline employee. And different reasons though. I don't remember what this guy's reason was. The recent one from last year. I don't think it was this year. I thought it was last year. But I remember the airline worker. It was, if I'm not mistaken, Alaska Air aircraft up in the Seattle area. It was SeaTac Airport. And he was upset at the way the airline workers were being treated. He worked for a regional airline. He was upset about how they were being treated, management, all these things that when I worked for the airline I did, all of us could relate. We're like, yeah, I know, we know what he's talking about. You know, this is a problem, that's a problem, this is a problem. Why, can we only get paid this much? Look at all this stuff that we do. And then it just, something happened and it just broke him. And he stole the airplane and flew it. He knew how to fly. He was somewhat of a pilot, some kind of pilot. And he flew around and they were trying to talk him down. And he just intentionally crashed it, killed himself. And even though, oh yeah, to the recent one, I think you're right. One of those two, Mississippi or Alabama. But the first guy, even though what he did was wrong, right? Steal an airplane and go and just do what he did. Airline workers kind of saw him as a martyr, / hero. And a lot of the airports I went to go work, when I was traveling so much, they had a picture of him like pinned to the wall or tacked onto the wall or something here or there in the break room or in the locker room. And, I didn't think he was, oh man, he's a hero. He did this for us. Like, I didn't see it that way. I get it and I understand. And it's kind of like he took one for the team. We paid the ultimate price, but did it improve anything? Nope. Did it make any changes? Nope. Only to the way airplanes get locked up. That's about it. But it was a weird thing. People saw him like a hero. Anyway, yeah, hot man. It's been. I think Paul LeMaster He was out in Eagle Pass. Paul's one of our friend of the show viewer. I think he was in Eagle Pass, and he sent me a photo of his the temperature on the car, and it said 116 degrees. Around here it's been about 106, 100 and over 100, up to 106 that I saw on my truck, and it's just bad. It's hot, and I can't even think about. My AC just got fixed recently, and to be without that when it's so bad. And so, speaking of the heat, our little friend was live earlier. Anybody see that? Not going to spend a lot of time on that because really I'm almost completely disinterested. And she was talking about a heat wave somewhere in the Midwest. And she goes, I don't know where it happened, but it was a heat wave and people died. It was in the 90s. She goes, it was Detroit. Dina, there were no positive changes after that hijacking of that aircraft. The employee who stole the airplane. Here and there, maybe, but nothing significant. People are still unhappy, and you can argue, well, nobody's happy with what they get paid, but nothing significant. It was more about changes to security, and if you see something, say something, kind of a thing. Be a snitch, kind of a thing. If you think somebody is not right or doing something wrong, or you feel something that's not right, say something, that kind of thing. Yeah, so our little friend mentioned about a heat wave, and she incorrectly stated it was Detroit. It was actually Chicago, and it was in the middle of a festival that Chicago has. It's called Chicago Taste of Chicago. It used to be called Chicago Fest, but there were so many restaurants, coming to open a booth to sell their pizza or their hot dog, whatever, and more wanted to be there. It kind of morphed into Chicago, a Taste of Chicago. It's ridiculously expensive. You got to buy tickets. They don't accept cash, so you got to go to a little booth. It's like a carnival game. For $20, you get like 10 tickets or something ridiculous like that. And you want a slice of pizza, it's like 15 tickets or whatever. Anyway, but there's food from all over the city, all different restaurants, all different cuisines from any culture you can imagine. They're all there. You can try their best stuff, and it's interesting. It's a fun thing. It gets crowded. It's usually wrapping up during the 4th of July weekend. And it's right on the lakefront, so it's cool. It's fun to be there. So during this time, I think it was 95, 90. I will look it up. Mid 90s, that's for sure. Yeah, middle of July of 95. The reports at the time were that almost 800 people died. Heat, suffocation, heat stroke. Mostly elderly people. People without air conditioners, no way to keep warm, keep cool. And one of the things that was messed up, morgues were full. The coroner's office didn't have anywhere to put bodies. The medical examiners didn't have anywhere to put bodies. So they started filling up warehouses or gymnasiums, but they couldn't do that because of what it was. And so what did they do? They got refrigerated trailers, 48-foot trailers, refrigerated. They're called reefers. And they were storing the bodies in there. But they put those trailers, some of them, along the lakefront right next to this Taste of Chicago event that was going on. Which was weird. It was really weird. And yes, people made fun of not the dead, but the fact that the city would put these refrigerated trailers with, the deceased in there so close to a food event. I want to say it was Rahm Emanuel who was the mayor at the time. I think it was his doing. But yeah, true story, that happened. It was hot. It was over 100 degrees, like for 8 days in a row, something ridiculous like that. And the city could not handle it. The city could handle it, but if you did not have an air conditioner, you were going to have a tough time. And yes, they did open up, cooling centers and gymnasiums and auditoriums, that kind of thing. But, not everybody can get out and just go there, right? Older people really can't walk and they don't have transportation. They couldn't get out. So, and for as much as they were giving away fans and box fans and floor standing fans, you can use those, but if you put it in a hot apartment, all you're doing is blowing hot air around and it does not feel good. I know. It does not feel good. Difficult to sleep. And it's hard on your breathing. It is hard. So a lot of people didn't make it because of that. And I will say it was a bad time for the city. I've been having a rough few weeks. I don't know. I thought it was just a week, but maybe it's longer. Been trying to get out of a funk. Part of it is this work schedule I have. That's one that's just a little extra on my funk. Not a fan of it. For a long time, not having an AC till the parts got ordered and stuff. That was difficult. That was not fun. That's why I say when I know what it's like to, use a fan, but it's only blowing hot air. And I don't know. There's a few events in life happening and just hoping they come and go. Doing some damage where there does not need to be any damage. And, part of the reason also not going live very much at all. And I did call Bam too. I know he's going to be asleep. I think he's off tomorrow, but it was too much of a short notice. So anyway, yeah, just trying to get through a funk. And thought I would come online and say, yo, what's going on? There's a video clip. Okay, so what do you guys think about this Dre McRae Vaughn thing? I'm not going to pursue it necessarily. I'm not going to pursue in looking for the truth. I think I'm going to go with he's dead. I'm going to go with that. Some people may not like that. There's a lot of comments in those couple of 3 posts that I did last week about that situation. And, there was that phone call. Did you guys hear that phone call? on Molly's show when Molly had the guy, what's his name, Justin, the guy from that other page, and somebody called into the coroner. I think it was the coroner or the medical examiner or the funeral home. I'm not sure. I know somebody knows here. And they had him on the phone, and he pretty much confirmed that he was, he was gone. And I don't think Dre's ever gonna say it. Why? I don't know. That's something else that I may do some coverage on a little bit here and there, just to see what's going on, because I'm really curious as to something like that. Why is there no discussion on it? Why doesn't she bring anything up on it? And I'll tell you, there's a lot of people commenting, "Oh, it's none of your business. It's none of anybody's business." They were not telling me personally that, but they're like, "It's nobody's business." And it's like, you know what? The same situation that I've been saying about Vanessa, and how there are people that try every time I talk about her, or whoever does right now, since I'm the one who's streaming her videos, people try to shut me up. And they threaten me with things, and they threaten, "Oh, we're going to expose you on this and expose you on that," or whatever. It's like, you know what? I don't care right now. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I really don't care. Vanessa got a lot of people interested. She put her life out there, and she forced, and I'll say forced, people to be interested in her situation, in her life, in her kids, in her court cases, in her legal troubles. She forced that on everybody. How does she force it? By going live 3-4 times a day, by going live for hours at a time, for going live and being defiant to law enforcement, to the legal system, by becoming a victim. She got everybody interested. What did Dre do? The same fucking thing. Started parading Vaughn and the family in, and Vaughn was in, Marvon is his name. They call him Vaughn. She brought him in to some of the videos, and he was there, and you can tell he was a quiet dude, seemed like a real nice guy. Paraded him out into all her programs, and showed the family, showed the kids, and they're eating together, arguing together. Some of you have seen all that. So what happens? Everybody's interested. Everybody's vested. It's like, you got me interested. So now people are interested. And yeah. I was talking to somebody earlier, and they're like, it's like you go to a movie and you're real interested in the movie, and the movie's doing a good job at keeping you interested. And then at the end, they just cut it off. You don't know how it ended. And I said, "Oh, you mean like The Sopranos, the grand finale? Remember when that ended? The final episode, when it just cut to people thought their cable went out. Remember that? I don't know if you remember. But it's the same thing. People are interested. And perhaps, it's nobody's business. But you know what? They kind of made it everybody's business. So now people want to know. And people, it's human interest. It's not necessarily that it's being nosy, but they put this out there to you. They fed this to you every day, to us. So that's why it's kind of like, maybe that's not a good analogy, but the women who put the super skin tight thin pants on, where you can see everything, and the super low crop top, whatever, super thin, and you can see everything. But then they get mad when people are turning around and looking and staring. You're getting everybody interested, but then you get mad because somebody's looking. Same thing. So, and now, so the Dre supporters have even said she hasn't talked about it. She hasn't mentioned his name at all in the last so many days. So are people interested? I believe people are interested. Get rid of that one. I don't like that song. Do I like this? I don't like this. Next. That's better. So that's what happens. You dangle the carrot, and then you don't want to let anybody know what you did with the carrot. But you got people interested just to come to your page and join and sign up to watch. And now, when stuff is happening, it's like you don't want to say anything. It's like no. It doesn't work like that. Some people go, yeah, whatever. I'm not interested. I'm done. And I'm almost there. Like I don't have anything vested into that really. The video where Vanessa invited Dre to her live, that I caught that live. No More Cheeseke's Lies. Thank you so much for that. She called me up. No More Cheeseke's Lies. You got to go live. This is going to happen. I was like, what? Like 1 o'clock or 2 in the morning or something. Get on. You got to go live. You got to get. Oh, all right. And yeah, it was pretty funny. It was an interesting evening. That video, that live went on. The video went on to get like over 300,000 views, and counting. It's still going up. People are still watching it recently. And yeah, so everybody's interested. People are interested. Her supporters protect her and say, oh, she doesn't have to talk about it. And those fans that are interested, they want to know, but she won't say anything on it. So, so like Vanessa's situation, I'm going to keep an eye on it and here and there do something on it, but I'm not going to like go crazy trying to find out what happened. I think it's little by little it'll come out. I'm going with the story. I heard that phone call. Did you guys hear that phone call? I was just talking about that. Did you hear that recording, that video? I'm going with that. To me, that sounded legit. And of course, anybody can play any kind of role, or you get an actor or just somebody to pretend, but I believe it. If it's not too much of a pain in the ass, I can dig it up real quick. Yeah, I got the video right here. I can pull that up. Want to watch this? Let's watch a video. So just turn up your sound. You've got to hear what's on the phone call. It's a phone call. It's a bad. The audio is not great because the guy's holding the phone like this, and you have to listen from that. Good evening, everyone who's just joining us. We're just talking about this and that. We're talking about the submarine that's missing, down by the Titanic, and now we're a little bit on Dre, Slay with Dre and Marvin and that situation. Okay, I'm going to turn off the music so you can hear that real good. I'm going to play this. You tell me what you think. All right. You ready? Here we go.
Let me find it here.
Do y'all have an obituary?
Who am I speaking with? This is Frank.
Frank. I thought you said your name was Frank.
No, Michael's the other employee here. I manage the facility here, but I can leave a message for you if you want to talk to Mike. His answers will probably be the same.
No, I just want to speak with you. So you said that he was disposed of, meaning that y'all don't have him in your crematory anymore.
No, I didn't say he was cremated.
No, but
So
you said y'all don't have him anymore.
Correct.
So she said he's been disposed of, that he's not there anymore. And then he said, well, I didn't say he was cremated. She's like, no.
That is correct.
And we've spoken to the medical examiner's office, so that's why I was calling you. So that doesn't mean he's been cremated. That just means that y'all no longer have him.
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know if there will be an autopsy done?
I don't.
You don't know that? Okay.
I mean, that was a little bit shady. I mean, it's a good question. Is an autopsy going to be done? It sounds like maybe he did know, but he's like, I better say I don't know. I don't know. Somebody could take that as, well, that's not legit. Maybe that dude's not legit, but here.
Has anyone claimed his body?
I've been speaking with Andrea, his wife, yes.
Okay. So have you spoken with his dad and his mom?
I've spoken with the father a number of times, but as I've mentioned to him, Marvon as well, he has no legal right to any of the information. I have to handle it all through his wife.
But it's been over a month since she even come forth with claiming him.
Well, we're still working with her, and it's been completed. So I don't know where else I go from here, except if you want to call and speak with Andrea directly, you're welcome to.
Okay.
I relayed the message.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where that phone call ended. What do you guys get from that? I mean, first of all, the medical examiner's office is only involved when there's a death. Right? That's the main thing. And even if it was a funeral home, he would have said, I would imagine he would have said, there's no one here by that name, or we don't have anyone here by that name, or we haven't had anyone here by that name. But he didn't say that. So, and nobody walks out of there alive. So I imagine if he was there, it's because he had passed. So I'm choosing to believe that what I heard in that phone call, that little exchange that they had, and to say that he's passed. You know what? I'm going to play it one more time. This time uninterrupted. I won't interrupt.
Let me find it here.
Do y'all have an obituary?
Who am I speaking with? This is Frank.
Frank. I thought you said your name was Frank.
No, Michael's the other employee here. I manage the facility here, but I can leave a message for you if you want to talk to Mike. His answers will probably be the same.
No, I just want to speak with you. So you said that he was disposed of, meaning that y'all don't have him in your crematory anymore.
No, I didn't say he was cremated.
No, but you said y'all don't have him anymore.
Correct. That is correct.
And we've spoken to the medical examiner's office, so that's why I was calling you. So that doesn't mean he's been cremated. That just means that y'all no longer have him.
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know if there will be an autopsy done?
I don't.
You don't know that? Okay. Has anyone claimed his body?
I've been speaking with Andrea, his wife, yes.
Okay. So have you spoken with his dad and his mom?
spoken with the father a number of times, but as I've mentioned to him, Marvin as well, he has no legal right to any of the information. I have to handle it all through his wife.
That it's been over a month since she even come forth with making him.
Well, we're still working with her, and it's been completed. So I don't know where else I go from here, excepting if you want to call and speak with Andrea directly, you're welcome to.
Okay.
I relayed the message.
Okay.
All right. What say you? I take that he's gone. He's passed. I think now it becomes before I was more like, well, prove to me he's dead. Prove to me he passed. But now I'm like, well, prove to me he's alive, if you think he's alive. And I did email Dre, and of course, not expecting to get a response. Although I told her, I'm coming to you in good faith, right? I'm not trying to be sly or sneaky about anything. Are we still here? What's going on here? Hang on. Okay, I'll just a second because some of my items here are not working. I think we're back on track here. Okay, thank you. Anyway, like I said, I'm taking this as the proof. Give me proof of life, and then I'll think that. I think you can make an educated guess that according to that conversation, that he's probably gone. Hold on, I need to refresh something. Something's not right here. Don't go away. I'm afraid to try this. You know what? I'm not going to try it. Risk disconnecting. Hang on. All right. So anyway, that's what. I think that's where I'm going to leave that for now. And I was thinking about. Anybody follow her? Did you watch her the other day when she was eating the mango? Anybody see that short video? It wasn't very long. So a while back, she made a video. This was back when all this was a very hot topic. A year ago. Over a year ago. And then remember when she was acting all crazy and she had the knife and she's pointing at the knife and talking and yelling at people? Well, she was using the knife to cut her mango and eating it. I don't think I'd want to be in that household. I mean, she's very comfortable with that knife and having a knife in her hand. Very comfortable with that. Kind of creeped me out. Like creepy vibes from that. Anyway, I thought about maybe streaming a couple of episodes to see what's going on in that mind. Again, obviously for myself. I don't know about Bam, but for myself, I'm not interested in the makeup bit or any of that stuff. And but just I don't know, it's human interest. It is human interest. And real people, real stories, right? So look for that possibility. I'm not going to go crazy on it. I don't even know. It may not be a daily thing. But I am. What does interest me is I'm very curious why she hasn't. I mean, is she getting money from it because of the situation? Is some of that money going to stop? I mean, I hear she's doing very well. Very, very well. I almost don't want to think it's I don't know. There's something weird about that. Something about that situation is not right. And I mean, I'm not going to investigate it and all that stuff. And just, some of the VT stuff got overboard over time. And I mean, talk about beating a dead horse, like somebody said earlier. Yeah, I'm not going to beat any dead horse. I'm interested in to see what, I don't know. I'm just interested a little bit. So look for that in the next few days. She makes money online. She's got to make a living. I got no beef with that at all whatsoever. Which kind of brings up another topic, which we're gonna. This is a good segue into that. But is she making her living from how she makes her living, being online, doing the makeup, selling her products? Is she taking advantage of the Marvin situation and profiting off of that as well? Off of somebody's illness, off of somebody's possible death? Could she be profiting from the sympathy from that? And is that a bad thing? I mean, if that's how you make your living online. I mean, if you ask me, there is a line that you shouldn't cross whenever possible. Take advantage of this or that. I think people are quick to throw the word scammer or scam out there. And I think if you're promising a product and you don't deliver intentionally, then I'd say that's what a scammer is. But if somebody's, asking for money and, hey, you know what? I need to pay this. I need to pay that. I need some help. Can you guys help me? If you like the content. And it's like, something's wrong here. Give me a second, guys. That's funny. Am I still here or did I go? Okay. Let me just do this to see what's going to happen. That was freaking weird. Testing in my back. Abel, what's up? Let me know if you want to join. I'll send you the link. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened. Well, I know what happened. My internet went out. It was an outage, and I thought it was just the streaming site, and it turned out to be Spectrum. So that's what happened. Anyway, for those of you who stuck around and are still here, thank you. Of course, I forgot what we were freaking talking about. Anybody remember? God. Talking about, I know we were talking, about possibly streaming her again, right? Hey, Maria Dillon, welcome. And yeah, Pinche Spectrum. It's the only thing we got down here, though. That's the only thing. Spectrum. Scammers. Gotcha. Yes, about those that promise something and don't deliver. Obvious scams. But if somebody makes their living, off of being online, or wants to make their living from being online, I don't care. Who am I to say how to tell somebody how to make their living? The right thing to do would be, hey, you know what? Go get a day job. Go get a day job and do this stuff on the side until you make enough money where you can quit your day job. That's how it works. I'm not a fan of you see, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I know there's somebody out there who's always throwing the cash app begging. It's called dry begging, right? And we got into this conversation because we're talking about Dre and, is she making money off of the Vaughn story? And Kay Gallagher, thank you so much. Is Marvan's death verified? It's verified, but not in the traditional sense. I'm gonna decide to believe that he has passed. We just watched that video and we heard the phone call to the medical examiner. It was the medical examiner's office. And why would he be there at all unless he was gone, right? If he was still alive, they'd be calling the hospital or the nursing home or something like that. But if you're calling a medical examiner's office, that's not a good thing. So, and then we got into the conversation about money and making money online and all this stuff. And I think I'm not a fan of the actual dry begging process. And if you don't know what dry begging is, it's pretty much throwing stuff out there. Oh man, you know what? I don't got enough to pay my phone bill. Damn it. And I'm not throwing them under the bus. Bam does this thing once in a while too, right? Groceries are so fucking expensive. Damn it. That's the kind of thing is considered dry begging. However, for those that want to contribute and those that you want to give something, who is anybody to tell you what you want to do with your money? And if I did need help paying a phone bill or internet bill or whatever bill, and out of the goodness of your hearts, you contribute, I'm grateful. I'll collect whatever's there and I'll go pay my bill. When somebody does that, but there is no bill, oh man, I got to pay my phone bill. And then you get $80 in Cash App, and then you go do something else with that money. Definitely shady, right? Definitely. That's definitely shady. And there are some people who will say, hey, you know what? Put me in contact. I'll pay your bill. That's cool too. But if I, for example, and see, and I didn't even think about it. And I knew this was going to be a topic. Maybe that's why I didn't do it. But I'll put this down here. If you like the program, whatever, you like the show, I call it a tip jar. So I got called out on that from someone, and you know, to me, it is. It's more like, so I put the thing out there for tips. Why did I do that? Because once upon a time, people would message in the comments and they would say, what's your Cash App? What's your Cash App? Or do you have PayPal? And because they wanted to buy lunch or buy breakfast or, go get your favorite coffee tomorrow, whatever. So I just started putting it out there. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. I really don't. Now, if I had an issue paying a bill and I needed some help and I wanted to use the platform to do so, I may throw something out there. And the problem with that is other people have ruined that a sincere gesture, a sincere reaching out, that now when somebody does sincerely need help, he's dry begging, he's scamming, he wants, he's going to go buy a steak dinner or whatever. And so that happens. That does happen. But if somebody said, I want to start a page, I want to go online, I want to make some money, I want to get monetized, do it. Cool. Much success. I'm not going to say if you're going online just to make money, then don't bother with it. You can go online to do whatever you want to do. And it's not the fact that you're asking for money that people are going to watch or not watch. If you have good content and the things that you talk about are good and interesting, people are going to watch. That's why they're going to come back and keep watching. And if they want to contribute and help you out or whatever, that's what they're going to do. So who is anybody to say that anybody who puts this stuff out there or puts their Cash App out there, or once in a while, hey, you know what? I want to doing a fundraiser. I want to do I don't know. I need a different desk. I still never got my adjustable desk. I'm using these. It's a non-folding picnic table from Sam's Club, 7 foot long one. And I wanted to do that, but you know what? I like the thought of doing a raffle better. You know, give something like a prize, more like a contest. People contribute money. They try to win whatever the item is. Um, I don't know. It's more fun that way, I think, right? The other dry begging thing, and I've been accused of this too, is Amazon wish list. Yes, I have one, and Bam's got one. You should see his list. I think you can go to the roof of your house and drop it to the ground floor, and that's still not enough room. Yeah. So I've played with that, and I've had stuff on there, and I had a list, and many people, they pick and choose, and they've done a wonderful thing, and they've bought some of the items on my wish list. But a lot of times I just feel like this doesn't feel right, and I'll go and I'll take off things, and I'll just put real cheap things on there, right? And now, just so you know, just the fact that I'm talking about this, they're going to say, "Oh, look, he's dry begging. See what he's doing? He's just like anybody else." Right? And it's like, and yes, that's correct. Many people did say, "Oh, let me see your wish list. Let me see your wish list." And I haven't seen my list. I haven't seen my list in a while. It's been a long time. I forgot what's on there. Probably not the right thing. Now, my needs now are probably different than they were, 6-8 months ago or a year ago. But that's just another. That's another what somebody might call dry begging. But the way I see it is, so what? If there's a guy that you watch online and you like, most of the time you like the stuff that he does, and you want to contribute something or whatever, so what if I put my Cash App? I work a full-time job. I'm not a 100,000 yet or anything yet, but I work. And if I got to need certain things and I got to do certain things, I got to save and budget and all that. Those nasty words, right? So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a bad look when you just say, "Hey, everybody, there's 70 people in here. Everybody, $1, or $2, or everybody can give $5, and I can take care of this, take care of that. Everybody, just send me $1." I'm not a fan of it, but if he does it, if they do it, so what? And if people give money, so what? That's their money to give, and that's what they want to do. And who are we to tell somebody how to handle their own money? I wouldn't do something like that. I joked about it that when I did the live in the car that one afternoon. Well, that was funny. That was funny. But yeah, so I don't know. I think for someone to say, if you're going online just to make money, then you shouldn't be going online. That's the wrong reason. That's no reason. That's not a wrong reason. Everybody goes online for different reasons. And if it's capitalism, man, that's capitalism. Would I like for this to work someday? And if I handle the page differently, can I make a living of it? More than I do from my day job. That would be quite successful. Does that mean I would quit my day job? Probably not. I'd have to make substantially a lot more. I happen to like what I do, but anyway, I don't want to been too long on this topic already. And for some reason, it keeps coming up and keeps coming up and keeps coming up. The only reason I brought it up because this time my tip jar was included in the conversation, and why it bothers people, I don't know. I honestly don't know. So the other thing I was going to say was that in the past I have I was covering. I call it covering. I was streaming Vanessa, and it seemed like certain people wanted to stop me from talking about her, right? So they would go as far as digging up stuff. They would research me and look at anything they could dig up on me. And they either threaten to go public with it or they have gone public with it. And for a little while, yeah, that did stop. I was like, oh man, I don't want to get into this. Why, what? And that stopped me. But the way things are right now, and I mean right now, like today, this week, this month, whatever. If I'm not streaming her, it's because she's boring and repetitive. And I'm not. If I don't stream her anymore, it's not because somebody doesn't want me to. I am not afraid of what somebody's going to say or put out there or talk about me. I don't care. I don't care. The ball game is different now. I don't care. I honestly don't care. So, but there are people. Oh, yes. And I got the messages. Not now. This is in the past. But so-and-so reaches out and then they want me to stop. Or I heard from someone else, so-and-so reached out to them and we're going to say this and we're going to say that. Everybody keeps talking about Vanessa. And there's a group of people who do this kind of work, and they do the dirty work for Vanessa. They work together, but they do it for her. And these group of people seemingly feel untouchable. And yeah, it's dumb. Things down here have gotten real stupid. People want to jump in to defend people that don't deserve defending. If someone has their child taken away from them, what do? You fix self and go get your kids back. That's what. If you ask 1,000 people, 1,000 people would give you that answer. Or I should say 99.99999999999% will say that's what you do. But there's always those one here, one there. For whatever reason, they just want to keep playing the victim. And if you talk about a certain person, others will come up and say, don't talk about her like that. And they've got issues too. These people that feel protected and they want to talk about you and they want to talk about me or whatever, they got their own issues. There are a lot of things going on there. I don't get into that because I don't want to get into that back and forth. It's not how I do things. And they can say what they want. I don't care. Most of you know how old I am already. I'm too old to fucking care. Somebody's going to talk about you. Ooh. Like Bam said, if you're going to talk about me, make sure I had a good time. I'm not going to... It's gotten stupid down here. It's really stupid. And I'm talking about the whole everything. People calling people jobs, trying to get them fired, trying to talk to their boss. Oh, so-and-so has a hater. They have a hate page and they talk about me. That's so dumb. Trying to fire people, calling CPS on people for no reason. It's stupid. People need to get a life. People need to go to work. People need to go work with, what did he say in Scarface? You know, you should go work with blind kids or something, lepers. Find something to do with your life, man. Yeah. Get busy. Do something. And if you want to be Captain Save a Ho, then be good at it. Did you, Manny, did you apologize to VT? Apologize for what? Is this a thing now? Is that what she said? I don't mean Kate. And I forgot about this. I know it was mentioned to me some weeks back. Hell no. Let me take this banner off so I can. Hell no. Did I ever call VT? No. Did I apologize to her? For what? That never happened. I never called her. I never apologized to her. And it's not going to happen. And it never happened. If you heard that, that's a friggin' lie with a capital L. Don't forget, diabetes is dangerous. Yeah, no, that did not happen. Apologize for what? Please. Where's Ice Cube? Please. And she told everyone you phoned her. You sure she was talking about me? Because I did not do that. And I would not do that. And if I were going to do that, I'd record that shit or go live with it. That's what I would do. But I did not. And if I did, I would have no problem saying I did. But you really think I would do that? You think I would apologize to her? I can't loud enough. I can't. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, that, you know, I'll invite her on. I'll have her on, but she won't. You know, she won't. If you can get her on, if somebody can convince her, yeah, I'll gladly have her on. Will I follow some of her rules? She's going to have rules. You know, I'm not going to show kind. I'll do stuff. I want to keep it civil, but she's not. She's not. She's just not. Because she's not going to answer. She's not going to want to answer any questions. And knowing that, I probably wouldn't ask her too many hard questions. I'd probably. I don't know. I don't know what would happen. But it's not going to happen. You know it's not going to happen. Would she do it for money? Dangle some money out there? I'll pay you to come on the program. I got to give her money for what? So that she can get high or drunk and then drive and crash? Did you see the video from today? Anybody see that short clip from today? You guys know what I'm talking about? Did you guys watch her today? First of all. Let me see. This is a short clip. It's a minute 40. Yeah, I'm not gonna apologize. I have not. Would not. At least not without you guys knowing about it. Yeah, I don't know. This was a while back. I think it was last month. Something like that. You sure she deactivated? Because she was on a little while ago. She was on earlier today. All right. Oops. Okay. It's only a minute 40. It kills the music. Blow up your screens or zoom in or whatever. I'll even take this off so it's not distracting. Okay, here goes.
I'm sorry. I wasn't. I wasn't expecting this. Sorry. Um, I can't.
Running it again.
I'm sorry. I wasn't. I wasn't expecting this. Sorry. Um, I can't.
Yep. What do you think? And I mean, the one scary part is that she's in her nurse's uniform. So, was this right before seeing a patient? Right after seeing a patient? And then she's in her car, so she's going to be driving, and she's like that. and that day, the infamous, when she's with the crack pipe, and she's admitted to it. If you go to No More Cheeseke's Lies, she's got the screenshots there of her talking about it. She's in a texting or in a chat or something talking about how people are showing it. It was not a live, it was a video that she sent. It was a FaceTime video. So you know how people will quit talking about it? When you own up to it. That's how people quit talking about it. So yes, she was definitely out of it. So people have problems, and to a certain extent, this is to a certain extent that's part of the reason why. Maybe I'm going to back off a little bit, because when somebody's messed up in the head like that, and you can't argue with somebody like that. You can't argue with somebody like that because they're not rational. In fact, they're very irrational, and they're in no place to argue about anything with anyone. And it's mental illness is what it is. But that's very real. And you know what? Come time, if she wants to run for office or be in politics again, we will be right there. Because is that what you want in office? Representing your city, county, state, country? Nope. Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she wasn't working. I don't know. What did she claim not long ago? That she works 1 day a week because of her recovering from her surgery, right? I don't know. Anyway, it's coming up at it's been an hour and a half already. Just wanted to hit some of those. I hope they find these people in the submarine. That's a bad, huge tragedy. Huge tragedy. It sounds like it could have been avoided. This story, even if whether they find him or not, it's not going to be over for a very long time. Oh, another little nugget that I found on the internet before I left work. Did you guys see this? Elon Musk challenged Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, Meta, whatever. He challenged him to a fight in a cage match. You see this? This is for real. Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg. Who do you got? Who do you got? Who are you going to put money on? Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg in a fight? Seriously. Yes, seriously. Unless it's a hoax, but it doesn't seem like it. I want to say my money is on Elon Musk. That's where I'm going with that. I know that, Nicole, exactly. That's why it kind of seems. You think so? Yeah, I think so too. Nicole, I think it could be kind of evenly matched. It's just who's going to be scrappier. Who's going to be scrappier? Who's going to be more street dirty fighting? Talk about pay-per-view and raising money. Who wouldn't want to watch that? Is he though? Is he really? I don't know. Seems like a genius to me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Zuckerberg. I think, yeah, just not a fan. Anyway, that is what I'll leave you with. Ooh, there it is. Hang on. For those of you who don't believe, there it is. Mark Zuckerberg accepts Elon Musk's cage match challenge. Mark Zuckerberg agrees to Elon Musk cage match challenge. These are The Verge, legit popular online news website, social website, Rolling Stone magazine, extremely legit. So yeah, it's very real and it should be very interesting. Definitely keep an eye out on that news. That should be fun. All right, everyone. I'm going to call it a night. And what I want to do here. One of these I need to stay up, like put like an all-nighter like Vanessa did. Go all the way to the morning. Like start at night and go to the morning. Instead of starting in the morning or in the afternoon and going till nighttime. Something like that. All right. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Feel free to tip the jar if you like so. Yes, I said that. I just did. You got a problem with that? What about it? All right. I'm going to go. My eyes are heavy. And I will probably see you guys tomorrow night. I'll probably have Manny with me here. He doesn't know it yet, but he will be. All right. Thank you all. Have a good night. Have a good Thursday. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a good night, everybody.